Good morning, dear students. Today we will start this chapter number 8, string handling. And before starting this chapter, let me tell you that this chapter is very much important for the board examinations because you will get several questions out of this chapter. Some will be programs, some question in A part or section A will come, and definitely one or more questions in part B will come. So you can expect more than 20 marks paper out of this chapter. So firstly let me tell you what is a string in Java. So string in Java is anything that is enclosed in double quotes or double commas. So we already know the information that we print using the print line method. So we used to print something, some name or some other data using the print line method, and that information inside the print line method we generally give in double quotes. So double quotes means the information that is enclosed in double quotes that will be called a string. So string is actually is a sequence of characters enclosed in double quotes. So here we have the introduction of this chapter. So here we have a package that is the default package in Java known as java.lang package. Lang means it is a language package, and this is the default package. Why it is default? Because this package is included in Java program or in every Java program by default. So you need not to use this import command with java.lang package. So lang package is by default included in every program. So we can also use the strings, okay. With the help of string you can create the string objects, and in string objects you can store the string data. So string class, it is a part of java.lang package. So here we have some methods are there. So Java actually provide us three methods to handle characters. So first is wrapper classes. So wrapper class of char is character. So character is the wrapper class of char. So this class contains single field whose type is char, and this character class also offer a number of useful class method for manipulating characters. So as we have already done in the wrapper classes concept, that the character class provides us several methods for handling character data type. So with the help of character class you can apply other methods like some testing functions are there, and some conversion functions are also there within the character class. For example, is digit, is character. With the help of character class you can also convert one character to uppercase or to lowercase. So all these functions are part of character class. Next we have the string. So strings is any information or any sequence of characters that is enclosed within double quotes is called a string. The second thing about the string is that the string objects are actually read-only or immutable. Immutable means once the string object is created, you cannot edit that object. That is called immutable or read-only. It means you can just read the string object. You cannot change once it is created. The second thing about the string that I want to tell you is that in Java we have 8 primitive data types. Okay, character is there for storing the character, but in Java we don't have string data type. So string is not a data type in Java. Actually string is a class in Java. Okay, and with the help of string class you can create string objects as it is written here. String objects are read only or immutable. So this you have to keep in mind, that whenever you are working with the string class, actually you are working with the objects. Second, we have next, strings are implemented in the Java environment by the string class. This we already know, and this class is a member of java.lang package. So this package contain over 60 method and 13 constructors for handling or for manipulating the strings. Next we have a string literal is a sequence of character enclosed in double quotes. This we already know what is a string. Next we have the string buffer. So this is the another class that is called string buffer class, and this class is given in Java to create mutable object or flexible string in Java. So as you already know, string class creates objects that are read only. So what if you want to create the flexible object or mutable? So string objects are immutable, but string buffer objects are mutable. It means you can edit the string buffer objects. So next we have uh, i.e. the objects or instances can hold strings that can be changed or modified. So it is also a member of java.lang package. So here we have the three methods for handling the characters. You have the character wrapper class, you have a string class, and you have a string buffer class. So with the help of these three data types or these three types, you can handle the characters or strings. So the first point that you must note that whenever you are working with string, actually you are working with the immutable objects. So keep in mind, whenever you try to perform some modification on the strings, it will create a new object, okay, but the original object will remain the same. So suppose you are converting a string to uppercase, okay, so the string which is the original string that will remain in the lowercase, okay, and a copy of the string will be created in uppercase, okay, so that will be called immutable. So the original string will be in the same format as it was created, and if you are converting it in the uppercase or lowercase, a new string will be created, okay. But in the case of string buffer, you can perform such modifications on the original string. So a new copy or a new string will not be created whenever you are modifying the string buffer. Next we have how to create string. So string can be created in two ways. First is you can create it implicitly, and the second is you can create the strings explicitly. Implicitly means using the quoted string. So here example is given, string class you will use string object name, you can keep any name like this, s1, s2, s3 or any name. Use an assignment operator and assign a string within double quotes to the string object. Here we have the string 2, s1 is the first string, s2 is the second string, and within the s2 it is written happy new year, sign of exclamation. So these two strings are created using the implicit method. Implicit method, using an assignment operator you are assigning the string value to the string object. Here we have another example that you can use the plus sign to create new string objects. So suppose we have a string name is message, and here two strings are there. First string is I am fine, second string is thank you, and the plus sign will join these two firstly, and after joining the whole string will be copied in the message string. I am fine, thank you will be the output of message string. Next we have the string can be created explicitly using the new keyword or new operator. So here we have the method for creating the strings explicitly. Example, you see string s4 is equal assignment new string, and here you can give the message in the double quotes. So this is the creation of a string using the string class constructor. So this is the class name, this is the string object name, this is the new keyword, and this part is called class constructor. So you can also pass the argument or pass the string within the double quotes to this constructor, and the new string will be created. So this method is called explicit method of creating strings. Here we have one line that string objects are read-only or immutable. It means you cannot change the string objects once they have created. The operations that seems to modify a string object actually create a new read-only string object, leaving the original object unchanged. So this I already told you. Okay, whenever you are performing any operation on the string objects, a new string object will be created, but the original string object will remain unchanged. Next we have java.lang package provide different class string buffer that provide mutable and flexible string handling. So you have this class if you want to create flexible string objects. Okay, here we have write a program to concatenate two strings, add print line statement to it and display the content of the strings. So here in this example we will take two string objects. So this is the class, this is the main method. Inside main method we have s1 first string and we have s2 second string, and in s1 we have written hello and in s2 we have written Merry Christmas. Then we have created a new string that is the s3, and in s3 what we have done, s3 is initialized using s1 and s2. So s1 plus sign, here it is a space within these two strings, and plus s2. It means s1 will be merged with s2, and within these two strings one space is added, and after that we have printed, after concatenation s3 is printed. So the output of s3 will be from here, this will be printed in the same manner. Hello, it is from s1 space, and Merry Christmas is from s2. So the plus sign can be used to join two strings or more strings. Here we have the assessor methods of strings. So some methods are used to assess the information from the string. They are called assessor method. So these methods are not used to modify the string. Actually these methods are used to just access some information from the string. So method used to obtain the information about an object, they are called assessor method. So these methods do not change the value of the object. So if you will use any of these methods, they are not used for modifying the strings. So actually these methods are used to read the state of a string object, or to just read only methods these are. The first method is caret method, and here we have the index. So this method is used to read some particular character from the given index value. So keep in mind, whenever you are using the string, every character has an index value. So the first character in the string, it will be having 0 index, and the last character in the string, it will be having the index value as length minus 1. So whatever will be the length of the string, you can reduce 1 from that, and that will be the last character. Then we have the compare to method. So if you want to compare two strings lexicographically, so you can use this method, compare to strings. Actually this string or this method will return you 3 integer values. It can return you a positive value, okay, it can also return you a negative value, or it can return you a 0 value. 0 it will return only if both the strings are equal lexicographically. So lexicographically means the strings must be equal lengthwise and case wise. So all the characters case wise they should be equal to each other in the string, and the length of both the strings should be equal. So that is called lexicographically. And if string 1 is greater than string 2, then it can return you a positive value, and if string 1 is less than the string 2, then it can return you a negative value. Next we have the concat method. This method is used to concatenate or to join two strings in the same way as we did in the plus sign. As plus sign is used to combine two strings, in the same way you can also use this concat method to join two strings. Here we have ends with method, and this method is used to check, it is used to test whether this string ends with particular suffix or not. So that is called ends with. Suppose you want to check that particular strings ends with Java or not. So if Java is written in the end of that string, it will return you a true value. But if Java is not written in the end of this string, then it will return you a false value. So this is the ends with method, and it will check only whether this string ends with particular string or not. Then we have the Boolean type. Boolean means true false. An equals method. Here we have the object, that is the object 1. So this is the string object, and this method will compare the strings, and it will return you a true false. For comparison we did this method compare to. It is also used to compare two strings. An equal method is also used to compare two strings. But compare to method return type is integer. So that's why I told you it will return you a negative value, positive value or 0. But Boolean method equals, it will return you true or false. If the strings will be true, if the strings will be equal, then it will return you true. If the strings are not equal, then it will return you false. Then we have the Boolean equals ignore case method. So it is same method, but it will ignore the case. If two strings are equal, although they are in different case, it will return you true. So suppose two strings we have hello and hello, and in the first string hello is written in the capital letters, whereas in the string 2 hello is written in the small letter. In that case equal method will return you false, but equal ignore case method will return you true, because strings are equal although their case are not equal. So that's why ignore case will ignore the case, and it will check the content of the string only. Next we have the index of method, and here we will give a character. It will check this character and it will return the index of given character in the string. Or you can also find the index of substring from the given string. So these two methods will return you index. Like in Caret method, out of index it will return us character, but in the index of method, using a character it will return us its index value in the string. Then we have the last index of, and last index of using the character and string. Last index of will check the index from the last position to the starting. So so index of method will check the index from beginning to last, and last index of method will check the index from last to beginning. Then we have the length method. This method will return us the length of a string. Length of string means the number of characters in the string including white spaces. So that is called length. Then we have the replace method. If you want to replace something from the string, you have to give the old character and the new character. So the old character will be replaced by the new character. Then we have the starts with method, and this is used to check whether the string starts with this prefix or not. If the string starts with this prefix or this string, then it will return you true, otherwise it will return you false. Next we have the substring method, and substring method can be used in two ways. Firstly, you can give the beginning index value, so it will return the substring from the given string starting from the beginning index value till the end of that string. Second case, we have the substring method where you can give the two index value. The first is beginning and the second is end index. So here from the beginning till the end index, the substring will be returned. Next we have the two lowercase, and this method is used to convert the string into lowercase. Similarly, we have one more method that is called to uppercase, that will turn the string into uppercase. And here we have two string method. This will convert any type of data into its string representation. Okay, some methods are given here. Uppercase I already told you. Then we have the trim method. So the trim method in string is used to trim the leading and trailing white spaces. So suppose you have a string. In the beginning of string some space is there, some spaces are there, and in the end also some extra spaces are there. If you want to remove those spaces which are in the beginning or in the end of a string, you can use this trim method. Here we have the value of method. Okay, value of method, it will return the string representation of given argument. So any argument like boolean, integer, float, long, double, character, or character type array. So it will give you its string value. Okay, here we will go one by one with all the methods. First we have the compare to method. This I has already told you that compare to method is used to compare the string lexicographically. So compare to method, it will return you less than 0, means a negative value. It will return you less than 0. The invoking string is considered alphabetically smaller than the argument string. Invoking string means the string which is calling to this method, and this is the argument string. So two strings we will compare. One string that is invoking to compare to method, and the second string that is given as argument. They will be compared, and if the invoking string is smaller than the argument, then it will return you a negative value. If invoking string is equal to the argument string, then it will return you 0. If the value returned is 0, it means the invoking string is equal to the argument string. If the invoking string greater than the argument string, then it will return you a greater value than 0, that is called a positive value. So this I already told you, it will return you three values: negative, positive, or 0. Here we have the example. So from the example it will be clear to you. So let's see this example. Okay, here we have string 1. String 1 is ABCD. AB is small, capital, and CD is small. Here we have string S2, ABCD, and everything is capital in this string. Here we have string S3. Here it is 1 point ABCD. So these are the three strings that we will compare. Here we have integer X variable. Okay, this variable is declared because compare to method will return us integer value, and that value will be held by the X. Assignment S1 dot compare to S2. S1 dot compare to. See, compare to method. S1 is the first string that is calling to the compare to method. So this is the calling string, and S2 is given as an argument. Okay, so here S1 means calling string will be compared with S2. So compare to method will check S1 strings content and S2 strings content. S1 and S2 string contents are same, but in S1 the case is small of 2 characters, whereas in S2 the case is capital of all characters. So how this comparison will be done by the compare to method? Compare to method will check first character in both string. It is also A, it is also A. Okay, and it is capital A, it is capital A. So the code of capital A is 65, and here the code of capital A is also 65 according to the Unicode character set. So the first character in both string is equal, then it will check the next character. Next character is B and B. It is also same. The code of B is 66 and the code of capital B is also 66. So here both characters are also same lexicographically. Now it will check the third character. Here it is C, here it is also C, but here C is small, but here C is capital. Small c code is 99 and here it is capital C, and the capital C code is different, that is 67. Capital C code is 67 and small c code is 99. So you can minus these two, subtract 67 from 99, so it will return you 32. That is a positive value because the string 1 is greater, because its code is greater than string 2. So that's why it will return you 32. So in the similar manner, if the code of this string is smaller and the code of this string is larger, then it will also return you a negative value. If the code of all character is coming 0, means all the characters are same lexicographically, then it will return you 0. Next we have compare method, compare to ignore case. So this method is used to compare two strings, but it will ignore the case. Although case of these two strings are not equal, but strings are equal. Lengthwise they are equal and the content wise they are equal, although their case is not same. So it will display you 0 if you are using ignore case method with the string. Next we have working with string. Here we have the length method and here we have the length property. So keep in mind, for finding the length of string we use length method. We use these parentheses also with this method. But if you are just writing length and these two parentheses are not used, and this is the property of array which is used to find the length of an array. So with the arrays you can use this method, actually this property, that is called length only. But if you are using to find the length of string, then you must use length method. So property used with array and the length method used with strings. Here we have example. Here we have created a string str1 and the content of string we have pot, saw, I was top. So here we have the variable to store the length, str1.length method. So it will find the length of str1. So the length of str1 is, let's see how many characters are there. 1, 2, 3, space is also there, that is 4, 5, 6, 7, space is 8, I is 9, space is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. So here it will return you 17 as output of this length method. And next they have given us a character array. Here you can see. So here we have a character C, that is the single dimensional character array, and the elements are A, E, I, O, U. All are characters. So here we will check the length of this array. C is array, so that's why they have used the length property, not method. So here you can see they have not they are not putting that parenthesis, because if you are putting parenthesis, that is a method of string, but if you are not putting parenthesis, that is a property, and property can be used with array only because C is an array. So it will display the length of array is 5, as the array is containing 5 characters. Next we have the string concatenation. String concatenation means joining two strings. So if you want to join two strings or more strings, then you can use the concat method or you can use the plus operator to join the strings. Here is the example of concat method. Here we have the string 1, so this is the string 1 dot concat, this is the string 2. Here is the string 1 dot concat str2. So you can use the concat method with strings, or you can use it in a chaining method. Chaining means like str2 is there, first string is there, dot concat, this string is there, then again you can put here dot concat, give the another string dot concat. So this is called chaining. So in chaining format you can also use this concat method, or you can use it with two string object. One is the invoking string object and the second is the string object given as an argument. Then these two will be merged or joined together. So str1 will have the contents of str2 also. Next we have the getting characters and substring by index. So suppose you know the index of particular character and you want to see which character is at that index, then you can use the caret method. So the first character index is 0 and the last character index is always length minus 1. Here let's take this example. Here we have the string sample string and here it is written Michael rocks. So the string contents are given. Here we have taken a character variable and a sample string dot caret 8. So we will check which character is at index 8. So the index of first character is 0, it is 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, it's 5, it's 6, space is 7 and R is on 8 index. So R is the character which is present on index number 8. Hence index caret method will return us R character. Similarly we have this substring method that I already told you, and this you can use in two ways. In the first way you can give the beginning index, and where in the second case you can give the both index, that is the beginning and ending also. So it will return you the substring from a given string starting from the beginning index. So here we have example. Here we have sample string and here it is written again Michael rocks. Michael rocks, and here str1 is created, sample string dot substring 8. So 8 is the starting index. So let's see the index of 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 8 index is R. So it will return you rocks till the last. So from the starting index till the last of the string it will return you that substring. So the output of this is rocks. Next we have this program to understand the length, concat and caret and substring method. So here we have created a class, and inside this class main method is there. In main method we have string str1 and it is written here pots saw I was top. Firstly they have calculated the length of this method using the length method. So str1 dot length they will calculate, and then length is printed. So as you can see the length of this is 17. So 17 will be printed. Next we have the count variable and the value of that variable is 10. String str2 is there. In str2 they have used the plus sign. The line has plus count means 10 will be added in this string plus chars. The line has 10 chars, so this will be the str2's content. So they are using plus sign to concat these strings. System.out.print str2 is str2. So str2c, str2 is the line has 10 chars. So this all will be joined together in the str2 and that will be printed. Then we have the str3, my name is .concat method Goldilocks. So this will be joined together and str3 will be printed. Concatenated string is my name is Goldilocks. Next we have str3, and the str3 is my name is dot content Goldilocks, that is over and that is printed. Next we have the str4, and the str4 is str1 dot concat str3. Now two strings will be joined, that is the str1 pot sa I was stop and str3. So string 3, this is the string 3, my name is Goldilocks. So this string and the first string will be joined and the new string will be created, that is str4, and then str4 will be printed. Here we have a string Michael rocks, and here we have a character variable dot caret 8. So caret 8 is r, that will be printed. Next we have the substring method, and using the substring method they are returning this string str5 sample string dot substring 8 to 13. So firstly let me tell you, this substring method will return you substring from the sample string starting from character number 8 till character number 13, but it will not include character number 13, means till 12 character it will return you substring. 8 character is on here R, then 9, 10, 11 and 12. 12 will be on S, although 13 is the next character, but it will not return that character. So only rocks it will return you. So here you can see the output. Substring 8 to 13 is rocks. So it was not running you that sign of exclamation which is present on 13th index, because 8 to 13 means 8 to 12 it will return. So this you have to keep in mind while solving the sums in exam, that substring method it will return you substring from the given index, starting index, and till ending index, but it will not include the ending argument. Next we have changing the case and trimming the string. So lowercase and to uppercase method can be used to change the string. Here we have the str2 lowercase. Here we have str caps, str2 uppercase. So this string will be created using the sample string, and a new string will be created using this to lowercase and to uppercase method. Then we have the trim method that will remove the leading and trailing white spaces. Suppose we have this sample string and the sample string contents are Michael rocks again, and here you can see after the string some white space is given one. So sample.trim, the str1 is created. So this is the program to understand this to lowercase to uppercase and this method. Here we have the sample string x in the beginning, white space is there, in the end white space is there, this you can see. Then trim method is used, it will remove all the white spaces in the beginning and in the end, and then sample string is printed. And here you will see, or you can actually find the length to see whether the string is trimmed or not. Then actual string they have printed, so actual string is C, here white space will be there, and after trimming that white space will be there. Lowercase, here they have converted the sample string to lowercase, and again they have converted the sample string to uppercase. So this is the string in uppercase and this is the string in lowercase. Here we have the comparing string equals method. that I already told you, it will return you true or false. Equal ignore cause, it will return true or false, same, but it will ignore the case. If case wise string are not equal but the content are equal, in that case it will return you true. Compare to method, I already told you, it will return you an active value, positive value, or 0. Here we have the starts with method. It will check whether the string starts with a particular string or not. Suppose we have string s1 good day, string s2 is good. So we will check here s1 starts with s2, means s1 start with s2, means s1 is having s2 string in the beginning, that is good. Yes, s1 is also starting with good, so that's why it will return you true. Ends with similar way, it is used to check whether the string ends with a particular substring or not. Say s1 is good day, s2 is good, and the boolean ends with, we have s1 ends with s2, s1 ends with day, but s2 is good, so s1 do not ends with s2, so that's why it is returning you false. So that's all in today's video, and next video I will make separate video on string buffer class, and we will discuss the methods of string buffer, and till that you have to wait, and thanks for watching this video.